You didn't get there on your own. Because if you got a business, you didn't build that. Somebody else made that happen.
My father's hands didn't build this company. My hands didn't build this company. Through hard work and a little bit of luck, we built this business. Why are you demonizing us for it? It's time we had somebody who believes in us. Someone who believes that achievement should be rewarded, not punished. We need somebody who believes in America.
Well, I believe in America. I'm Cindy Graves, your host. I'm here with my guest, Neal Freeman. And I want to tell you, Neal, nothing upsets me at all about Romney, especially the fact that he's very wealthy. That kind of comforts me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. In my own life, working for Reagan, he exhorted me, encouraged me to become an entrepreneur. I mean, I wouldn't have started a business back in the late 80s, but for Reagan leading a national movement for growth, for entrepreneurial spirit, for the dream that had died, frankly, during the Carter years, not dissimilar to the Obama years today. I mean, the leadership is exhorting people to excel. It is not saying what we got to do is figure out a way to get these employment roles up on the government side of the economy. And I recognized leadership because I saw what it could mean in my own life. And I think that ad for Romney is going to be very effective because a lot of people either start their businesses or want to start their businesses. It's part of the dream. They may never do it, but it's part of being an American.
Well, you also like to expand your business, and if we can get some of these banks loosened up and the money start flowing, then maybe people can have a hopeful, opportunity again. I was talking to my husband Bobby last night, and he was talking about how all these smaller companies, that are involved in steel and all these things, they've just stopped. They don't want to do much until November, till they find out what the heck's going on. And I think that's true across America. People, if you just have a little bit of capital, you are not willing to spend it right now.
It's a crisis of confidence, and as you know, the banking system is a confidence game. If you don't think the money's in the bank, you go down and take it out, and by that very act, you bring down the banking system. I mean, you have to believe. You have to anticipate growth, and that's how you realize growth. So I think there'd be an enormous surge in the stock markets, in bank lending, in the animal spirits of business if Romney wins on November 6th.
Well, I believe he is going to win because I believe this is a great campaign. I believe that he's the right man for the right time. When you look at this with the Olympics, I think they're going to make hay out of that, and even the liberal media is going to have to start reporting on it. I don't think the average American understands that he did save the Olympics. But I'll tell you what, someone who is not cutting down on spending, and I don't. Well, I am happy to bring it up. I want to know from you. You have owned several businesses. You're a successful man. Have you ever spent $83,182.99 in one weekend?
Not gleefully, I can tell you.
Well, did you ever spend that on fun, on going on vacation? Have you ever had an $83,000 vacation?
No, but that's part of the American dream. I hope somebody did somewhere, but not me, no.
Well, yes, somebody did do that somewhere, and it's being reported by Judicial Watch, and guess who it was? It was our First Lady, and unfortunately, Neal, you have spent $83,000 on a vacation because you gave her hers. She spent $83,000 to go away for the weekend with her children.
Well, I can't tell you how proud that makes me feel.
Well, I don't know. I don't think our family spent $83,000 on a vacation with the whole family combined in our lifetimes, for heaven's sake. That'd be a heck of a Disney trip, wouldn't it? But they continue to spend, and they're continuing, I think, to send the wrong message to Americans. I mean, do you ever see that this media is going to turn around and start reporting things on them, or are we going to get all of our information from, the National Review and the blogosphere?
There's sort of a tidal flow in media sentiment, and if Romney continues to make the case for the free enterprise system that he started to make the last 48 hours, I mean, from core belief with intensity, if he continues to make that case, I think Obama then goes to the bottom of his barrel, which is he'll start attacking Romney for his Mormonism. And if that doesn't work, I think the media just might begin to swing around because they're tired of the small ball sort of Obama nitpicking campaign about, where Romney has a bank account or something. And they might just swing back, given support from the economic markets, into, if not a pro-Romney position, at least a recognition that this is a debate about big issues, about the economy. It's not about, tax returns from 1997.
And who cares? I mean, and going back to the VP thing, I mean, that's something and that I hope he does drag out a lot longer because I think that it keeps the attention, it keeps the focus, and it keeps people talking in a positive way when all the Obama camp is trying to do is be divisive as they were here in Jacksonville yesterday. I did want to tell you that our young college Republicans went and made a photograph. Well, they actually made protest signs, I guess you'd call it, and they lined up with poster boards with all the zeros of our debt. It was hysterical. They put it on the internet, and it has absolutely gone viral. So that's our young Republicans from here in Jacksonville. They got 2,000 hits. I mean, and we're just a small little group here in River City, so we don't normally get 2,000 hits, much to my disgruntledness sometimes on anything that we do. But it was very exciting for them, so my hat's off to them.
Well, you know why Obama was in Jacksonville yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Well,
you and Lenny Curry are causing him problems.
No, he was here because I believe his buddy, the mayor, is the person that probably arranged that trip. Our Democrat mayor here is a great friend of Obama's, but he was noticeably absent yesterday. And I thought that was very interesting, that he would be here when Bill Clinton came, and who would have ever thought we'd all miss Bill Clinton? I mean, that is so unusual to me. I never thought I'd say that, but he was.
Cindy, if I'm counting correctly, that's Obama's 7th trip this year to Florida.
Well, Florida's a big, and he's canceled his trip today. He was going to talk to the people in Fort Myers and then go back to Washington, which I think, is exactly appropriate. But
but you and Lenny are driving him crazy because he knows, as do your listeners, this is a 3-state election. Florida, Ohio, and Virginia, and he's got to win Florida, or Romney has a real chance. So
I think Romney's
you'll see Obama back there in a couple of weeks, I'll bet.
Oh, I hope he doesn't come back to visit us anymore. It's just so exhausting with all the people that want to volunteer. You can hardly keep up with them once he comes. But I have a young man here who went and listened to the speech yesterday talking about Ohio. He has a question for you about Mr. Portman, and this is Alexander.
Yes, it's a pleasure to talk to you, Mr. Freeman.
Hi, how are you?
I know you're a big Rob Portman fan, and you think that Romney will pick him. I did a little bit of research because, if this guy's the next vice president, we should, know a little bit about him. And I think that if Romney picks Portman, it might take away Romney's entire argument on debt, since he was President Bush's budget director. Portman was. What is your opinion on that?
Well, I'm predicting that Portman is going to get it. I'm not a Portman man. I mean, in a secret ballot, I probably wouldn't vote for him. But I think it's now down to the 2 Ps, Portman and Pawlenty, Bobby Jindal, and Kelly Ayotte, the senator from New Hampshire. But Portman, you would trade in a heartbeat the deficits that Portman presided over during the Bush years with the deficits that Obama is creating today, in a heartbeat.
Well, that's true. I am secretly wishing now that I've pared my list down. I am wishing for Jindal, but I'll take Pawlenty, and I'd take Portman too. But I just think Jindal would be an awakening. Do you?
I think he would. I don't know anything on the inside, Cindy. I just read Mitt Romney as being not quite that adventurous temperamentally.
Well, I mean, Jindal's kind of like our wonderful Alan West. He certainly tells it like it is, and he's just such a regular guy. I really love him. So you're going to come back next week, and we certainly are going to look forward to talking to you, Neal Freeman from the Blackwell Corporation. We have had a wonderful time here.
For more great interviews like this, make sure to tune into the Cindy Grave Show every weekday at noon on Talk Radio 600 WBOB.